Revelation 1521. From the 14th of July 1940. Hour of Inner Reflection. Inner contemplation must precede every transformation of the being. Man has to subject himself and his actions to frequent examination. He has to deal with all his tasks and criticize how far he meets the divine requirements. This self-observation will also let him recognize the shortcomings, and when he is serious about his soul work, it will drive him to form himself more and more perfect. It is the inner contemplation, a certain control, which applies to his thinking as well as to his acting. If he criticizes himself unsparingly, he will also recognize his unworthiness to enter into close contact with his Creator, and in humble prayer he will ask God for mercy and grace, and thus he will gain new strength to work on himself. For man could never reach perfection on his own, since his strength is too small without the help of God. But this is assured to him, so that God only demands of man that he asks for the grace due to him as a concession of the fact that man asks for God. When man now often looks at himself and his life in the sense of the higher development of the soul, then he will also recognize the distance from himself to God. He will strive to reduce it, and, when he lacks the power for it, request such from God. And only so he progresses on the way of higher development. Only so it is possible to come into ever closer contact with the Heavenly Father, because he will soon no longer go away without having asked him for his blessing and his power, and he will now truly establish the relationship from child to father, which then also results in extraordinary power supply. And that is why God demands of you that you give account to yourselves at any time, how your walk on earth is. That you do not go along thoughtlessly and without sense of responsibility, but always think of your soul. He wants that you do not forget him with all earthly activity, that you always find time to cultivate the spiritual in you. He wants that you not only think of the body, but also give the soul a leisure hour, which belongs to. Still think too eagerly of the body, you are to ask for power to be able to live and form yourselves according to divine will. And the hour of inner contemplation will be beneficial for your soul's salvation because you receive power for new striving. Amen.